Justin Beal, and today I'm going to try to hook up Google Authentication to a FastAPI backend for my Systify application. We're going to try to use Cursor.sh to help us along the way. We could probably write a test for this. What's it doing in here? Let's ask our chat if we could write a test for this. We're going to do a new chat. Say, can you help me by writing a unit test for this function? Certainly, let's do that. Looks like it's got a positive and negative case. We already had the PyTest async IO, and you can run it using this. Okay, so if we just copy this right here, and we're going to say new file, verify token test.py. We're going to paste that right here. Need the Google, don't need magic mock, it had just extra imports. Okay, is that going to play nice if I go into change directory, Systify API, and say hatch run test? One error, attempted relative import with no known parent package. Okay, and then it just needed a d_init. Now we're at a different error. So if we look at our test, what is failing? So the first one will run, first one pass, token valid, invalid issuer. Okay, and then value error. Oh, interesting. So I think all of our token tests passed. We just had an API test that's still failing. So we're going to probably get rid of this for now, and we'll do something else for it. So if we try our test again real quick, what is it? All right, beautiful. So we get pretty good coverage. We could probably easily add a test just for that protected endpoint, so we get that there. Let's do the same thing. Let's write a unit test for this endpoint. See what it comes back with. And it's just trying to mock the token out a couple different ways. It looks like in that test, we paste that there. It's saying client. Where does it think client should be coming from? Test app client. I thought I had a, let's do that. We should actually be using a test client rather than our imported API. These things here. Okay. So then API. I don't think this actually has to be async. This doesn't have to be async. Right now, we're not doing any async stuff. So if we go back to our test, we shouldn't even have to do that. We should just be able to say client second to pass. Nope, we don't need to await anymore. We're just going to say like that. That one passes. And we don't need the async. We're going to remove that. Just make sure it still passed. Yep. It's just def. It doesn't need to be async IO. Okay. So now, yeah, that verified token is not being called, I'm pretty sure. Run again, not helpful. It's actually making it in here. I wonder if there is something we can do to just fake this out. If we mocked out the OAuth 2 here, I think it's what's happening is that the depends is injecting it, and we probably have to, since the depends is being dependency injected into the service, I think by the time we create our test client, our depends is already working. Our depends has already been initiated for that route. So if we look at verify token, we have this verify OAuth, which is, where does ID token come from? So if we patch this ID token here, we might be able to get something. So let's try that real quick. Rather than fight in our dependency injection, we came over here, and what we want to do is come over here. What we want to do is it's going to be source app verify token dot verify OAuth2 token, and that's going to be mock verify OAuth2 token, and this is going to have some kind of return value. I don't know what it is yet though. It's just going to be, let's just say, an empty set right now. That's not going to be right, but what we can do now is, and we're just going to leave this here, and then we're going to take this right here and just put it, it's not going to be called with that, but we'll be able to debug and actually see what it should return and go from there. Make sure it's mocked out first. Oh, source app auth verify token does not have attribute verify. Oh, it's ID token and then that function. So we're going to say mock ID token, and then that thing is going to have a return value. So let's try one more time. Okay, so we're here, and if we hit next, our token is just a fake token, which we knew because that's what we're passing in. And then this right here should be a magic mock. It is. So let's step over. It's got ID info. It's going to need an ISS. So this needs to be a dictionary with an IIS. It's going to be a dictionary with an IIS. So let's do that. So if we go back to our API test, it's going to have a IS, just accounts.google.com. Is that exactly what we saw? If not in accounts Google. Yeah, so that looks okay. So let's rerun that real quick. So now we're here. We're going to step. It looks like then we got ID info. And then the user info does have some stuff in there. We'll play it on through. Did that actually make our test pass? Nope, because that thing wasn't. Get rid of that because we don't need it anywhere. Let's try one more time. Boom, green test. I appreciate you joining me on this authentication journey, and have a great day and happy coding. Till next time.